If you wish to have a just notion of the magnitude of this city, you must not be satisfied with seeing its great streets and squares, but must survey the innumerable little lanes and courts. It is not in the showy evolutions of buildings, but in the multiplicity of human habitations which are crowded together, that the wonderful immensity of London consists. The happiness of London is not to be conceived, but by those who have been in it. I will venture to say, there is more learning and science within the circumference of 10 miles from where we now sit, than in all the rest of the world. The only disadvantage is the great distance at which people live from one another. Yes, sir, but that is occasioned by the largeness of it, which is the cause of all the other advantages. Why, sir, you find no man at all intellectual who is willing to leave London. No, sir, when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life, for there is in London all that life can afford. A country gentleman should bring his lady to visit London as soon as he can, that they may have agreeable topics for conversation when they are by themselves. I mentioned to him that I had become very weary in a company where I heard not a single intellectual sentence, except that a man who had been settled 10 years in Minorca was become a much inferior man to what he was in London, because a man's mind grows narrow in a narrow place. A man's mind grows narrow in a narrow place, whose mind is enlarged only because he has lived in a large place. But what is got by books and thinking is preserved in a narrow place as well as in a large place. A man cannot know modes of life as well in Minorca as in London, but he may study mathematics as well in Minorca. No wise man will go to live in the country, unless he has something to do which can be better done in the country. For instance, if he is to shut himself up for a year to study science, it is better to look out to the fields than to an opposite wall. Then, if a man walks out in the country, there is nobody to keep him from walking in again. But if a man walks out in London, he is not sure when he will walk in again. A great city is, to be sure, the school for studying life. They who have already enjoyed the crowds and noise of the great city know their desire to return is little more than the restlessness of a vacant mind, that they are not so much led by hope as driven by disgust, and wish rather to leave the country than to see the town. Johnson, Idler number 80, October 27th. 1759, the uniform necessities of human nature produce in a great measure uniformity of life, and for part of the day make one place like another, to dress and to undress, to eat and to sleep, are the same in London as in the country. Johnson, Idler number 80, October 27th.
你想有一个公正的概念地服务这个城市，你千万不要满足看到其巨大的街道和广场，但必须调查无数小车道和法院，它是不是在建筑物严厉的辩证，但在人类居住的多样性都挤在一起。伦敦的精彩广袤组成伦敦的幸福是不被设想的事，其已被那些人，我敢说， 有更多的学习和科学适应力。我们现在坐的地方的圆周内比世界其他地区唯一的缺点是彼此人们生活的巨大距离。是的，主题先生，但所引起的他的博大的，这是所有其他优势的原因。为什么先生？你发现没有人在所有知识产权，谁愿意离开伦敦？主席先生，当一个人厌倦了伦敦，他累了的生活，有在伦敦的生活可以承受的。乡绅应该把他的夫人访问伦敦，他可以尽快。他们可能有同意 TOPISKS 的谈话，当他们是自己。我向他提及我已经变得非常疲倦，听说不是一个单一的智力依据。除了公司，一个男人是一入住10年，米洛卡成为一个非常INFIO人。他在伦敦，因为一个人的心灵成长窄窄的地方，一个人的心灵成长在一个狭窄的地方窄。他的心已放大，只是因为他一直住在一个大的地方。但什么是书籍和思想得到是保存在一个狭窄的地方，以及在一个大的地方。一个人可以不知道的生活模式。米洛卡在伦敦，但他可能学习IMATHMATISKIS 以及米洛卡。不聪明的人会去住在乡下，除非他有事情做，可以更好地完成在该国。例如果他把自己关了1年学科学，最好是看出来的领域比对面的墙上。然后，如果一个人走出的国家，有没有人让他再次走在？但如果一个人在伦敦走出，他不知道他什么时候会再次走在一个伟大的城市。可以肯定，学校的学习生活，他们已经开始享受伟大的城市人群和噪音，知道他们的愿望返回多一点，躁动一个控制的心态。他们没有那么多领导的希望带动厌恶而离开该国，并希望比看到镇约翰逊多景豪801759年10月27日。统一生活必需品人性化产生在一个伟大的措施均匀性生活。部分的一天是一个又一个地方下住装脱衣服吃睡觉，在伦敦是相同的。在该国约翰逊多景豪801759年10月27日